High Peaks Hospice is a small organization covering a large area. With the recent addition of most of Washington County in 2013, High Peaks Hospice now covers over 5,400 square miles in upstate New York. That's 10% of New York State. This area includes many close-knit towns, families, and communities. One of these towns is the town of Willsboro, where hospice patient Dale Lashway and his wife Beverly call home.
You see, I was alone, and she was alone, and my daughter worked at the Radio Shack and helping out a couple ladies one day, and one of them said that she was not married, and the other one, Beverly, said, "Well, I'm not married either." She said, "My dad's looking for somebody. Could you give me..."
Could I give him your phone number?
Phone number.
And
she said, "Well, no." But my daughter gave it to me anyway. And then we took off from there.
Where was our first date?
Yeah.
We went out to supper.
Yeah. Can you describe it a little bit? Like, what'd you do? Here's this guy. He's trying to impress you.
We went out to a nice diner. Where'd we go?
So, no, you called me, and I had no idea who it was. You said you were Dale, and I'm thinking, well, who is Dale? Because the Radio Shack, she never told me what her father's name was, and I didn't know her name either. So then he mentioned Radio Shack, that his daughter worked at Radio Shack, so then I realized who it was. So we talked for a while, and then he says, "Well, you want to go out? Have you had supper?" And I said no. So he said, "Do you want to
Out to dinner.
go out?" And the first thing he says is, "Let's go over to my trailer."
Well, you had to leave your car somewhere.
Well, yes. And then we went out,
Come back, of course.
talked and visited, and
Of course, you come back, you wouldn't come in.
no. I had to go home.
I couldn't even get a little peck.
Tried to give me a little kiss, and I didn't let him.
So how did
And
you...
then after that, I was going up quite a bit. Well, we got married in the Catholic Church down here in Willsboro, around Plattsburgh.
People were looking.
After we got up, well, that's where the reception was, up at Knights of
That's
Columbus
clever.
in Plattsburgh.
People were upstairs having a party. They wanted to come downstairs.
I had no shoes on, which was ridiculous. I shouldn't have. And my feet swelled so I couldn't even wear them home. I danced so much.
You were the music for your own wedding, right? That's what you said?
In my own band.
Yeah. So did you choose to be the music, or were you enlisted?
Yeah. And with my friends, and they wanted to play, and they didn't want any money to play. Of course, I'm a member.
How'd you get your dancing if you were playing?
Oh, he stopped every once in a while.
Every once in a while you were allowed to dance at your own wedding.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
I'll dance at your wedding. Although I was dreading the thought of losing you.
So can you tell me again, like, how you started in music? Like, what age did you start?
Oh.
Just tell me the...
Years I can figure, maybe 7, 8 probably. And I got what I did from Dad, or watching Don Messer and his Islanders from Prince Edward Island playing every Friday night, I guess. And then finally I got when I was 15, before I went to any place where I ever saw anybody else play the fiddle. That was down in Elmberg Depot at the Riverside, and the guy's name was Rivers. I went home and I played that same tune, and I still can today. I was 15 years old. I signed a copy one tune that 2-3 different people played, and I got my own conclusion what sounded the best, and that's what I put in. So I could play tunes after a while at the same way Dad did, or my way. And then I started picking up. It was kind of hard, I had to work. For 2 years, I built silos. Well, the first one I did it was 14 by 40. Took me 56.5 hours complete. The 33rd one, the same size, took me 28.5 hours. And playing out was fun, it was nice, but it's kind of tough to make a living just playing music alone. And a lot of people ask me, how could you play with them big fingers?
Yeah, because your fingers
What do you want me to do, strum it?
Oh, yeah. It would be a good idea if I give you the bow. Might work.
See if I can do that. Irish washerwoman, you know that one?
The which one?
Irish washerwoman?
I don't know that one.
It's Irish.
Yeah.
We could do that, and they used to do square dance to it.
Can you tell me what led you to hospice?
I was down talking with Dr. DeMero, so they were waiting in the room for him to come by. When he came in, he didn't need to say anything. The expression on his face, I told Bev and I, were almost like looked at each other like, and he says, the oxygen didn't do any good. And he says, I don't know how I can tell you. All I can say is, I don't know how much time you got left. And the only thing that might help you out would be a miracle. He felt bad that I could go in there and there was some way that he could help me. He said, I just think I can't do anymore.
So who started the conversation? Did you ask the doctor, or did the doctor bring it up?
I did, on my own. I said to Dr. DeMero, well, how about this hospice? can I get on there, or can I get on there? Or is it just before you die? And he said, no. I said, that's a good idea. He said,
High Peaks Hospice is made up of a highly qualified and caring team of RNs, LPNs, hospice aides, pastoral care, volunteers, bereavement support, and social workers. Patience Whitman is one of these social workers.
My role as the social worker on the High Peaks Hospice team is, of course, to meet with patients and families, develop a relationship over time, and help them link with any community resources that might be beneficial, that might make things easier or more comfortable, such as Meals on Wheels, Lifeline, any resources, or talking books, any resources that would just raise the quality of life for a patient and family for the time that they're on hospice services. We might have a patient who's a veteran, and being able to look into veterans' benefits. What is a person eligible for? What forms might need to be completed?
What if somebody needs your support? What can you do?
Getting together with family, let's say in a family meeting, and being able to talk about what they envision, what a patient might envision. Are there family members from afar that might need to be called in because they want to say goodbye, tell them they love them? So being able to plan together. So often a family meeting, if a patient and family are welcome to it, helping folks with perhaps developing or strengthening coping strategies.
What would your recommendation be if somebody was sitting right here with you?
oh, I would definitely recommend them. You can get all kinds of help. There's nice people, no matter what your problem is, there's someone there to help you.
For you personally, was there anything that hospice offered you or has done for you that made you think, wow, hospice does that?
But yeah, I think anything, if you need mowing, you need somebody to shovel, you need somebody to do this and that there's help out there. Where normally you can't get anybody to help you. You can give them $20 an hour cash. They don't want to work.
What kind of support has hospice given Bev that you appreciate?
Oh, you wouldn't believe what she's been doing on her own. And if it wasn't for Bev, I wouldn't be here. I'd be in a nursing home rather than sitting at home, you know.
Someone who is about to face a similar situation that you're facing, what would be your recommendation?
Get in touch with hospice and have them come in and talk with them. And I think they'd find themselves more at ease in the fact that there is somebody who you can rely on and you can call when you need help.
Do you feel that's the biggest benefit that you personally have
Yes.
within hospice?
Yes.
Before you had any experience with hospice, what was your understanding of what hospice was and what they offered?
Well, I thought hospice would just get involved with a person when it was towards the end and they were bedridden, and I thought that was when hospice came in.
Now, some people think that hospice comes in and tells you what to do. They kind of push their way in and require, this is your doctor, this is where you're going to sit, this is what you're going to do, this is the medication. What is the reality? Like, what is your personal experience, and what would you say to somebody who thinks that?
Oh, well, no, they don't come in and tell you what to do. They ask you how they can help you and what they can do for you.
If it was your choice to be home, in a nursing home or a hospital, what do you think most, like for you personally and most people, what would...
Home.
Home.
Lord willing, creeks don't rise, we see y'all on the other side.
It's a date.